Hey guys, Moneyman300 back for some more videos, and we're continuing on with our Class D cars, and this time we've got the Volkswagen MK2, and I'm going to show it in a multiplayer race rather than lapping. It gives you another option to compete with the minis out there and not be quite so much of a leaderboard car, so you don't feel like you have to take your mini out there. And what I'm going to do when I'm done with this, I'm going to show the rest of the grip tracks out here, and I'm going to show the multiplayer race, and we're going to go through, and I'll go through all of the grip tracks that the grip cars are good on, because I have one more grip car, and then I'm not going to go through every single track after that, because to be honest, in D class, if you want to set high rivals times, you just use the mini anyway. And then I try to give you guys a couple of alternatives here. Watch this guy. This is not the line you want to take into the first turn here, by the way. That little inside outline, that car might not be set up for this track either. So this gives you, this will just give you an idea of what this car can do out on the track. It's a great car, really easy to drive, good acceleration, and does really well, especially on this track. But any of the grip tracks, it's going to do well and give you a really good chance. So the guy behind me right now is one that either video's already up, or to come after this, I have a behind the sticks on that we had a little collision in the race before this. But anyway, I'm going to leave you guys to watch the race here. When I come back, we will take a look at we're going to go through the tracks, and I'll show you the grip tracks and give you in rivals and show you which ones, the cars that we already built are going to work on those tracks. And then that'll pretty much close out our grip builds, except for one more, and that's going to be coming in some multiplayer races I'm doing with Rock King. So anyway, I'll leave you guys with this, and we'll catch you right after the race here.
right side. To your left side a little bit, still there. Here, there. Can you wait tight this race, Mom? Okay. See you there? Still on your right side a little bit, still there.
Okay, so we're over here in Rivals. Let's take a look at the D-Class tracks, and what I want to show you are the grip tracks. And I'm pretty much done building grip cars. Once I show you this build, with the exception of the one that I've got coming in a multiplayer series with Rock King that's related to the D-Class cars. We'll get 3 bonus cars with that series. So I'm going to go through them. I'm not going to talk about all the rest of them. I'm just going to point out the ones that the grip cars will work on, just so you guys know as you're racing which cars to take those cars out on. So, and the cars I'm talking about, the grip cars that I've built so far, and I'm going to do a separate video on this to talk about grip, speed, momentum, different types of tracks and how they relate to the different builds. But we have 3 of them. After this video, we're going to have 3 of them in this class. They are the Mini, technically 4, you count Craviator's Mini in there. So the 2 Mini builds, the Alfa Romeo GTA, and this Golf. And then there'll be one other that will be coming hopefully this weekend. I think we're going to get together Friday and get that series going. So those cars will work on these tracks. It's not that you can't take them on other tracks, but they certainly aren't going to be ideal. Right? They're not going to be fast enough on some of the speed tracks and other things. But they'll work, right? It's not like they're not going to work. It's not like you can't run them on Alps and probably still do well. But ideally, they're ideally suited for the 3 Catalunya tracks, and you'll know this by looking at the leaderboard. And if you see like 100, 100 out of 100 of their top 100 being minis, then that's a grip track in D class. So that's these 3 Catalunya tracks. It is Mazda Laguna Seca, Bugatti Circuit, the 3 Long Beach tracks. You can use them on Nordscliff if you want to. Nordscliff is a hodgepodge of cars, whatever you can get around the track. So you can use your grip car on here. It may top out on a long straightaway, but you can use it there. GP Circuit, definitely. That is a grip track. Nope. I don't believe so. Let me look at these. I don't think. Oh, geez. I did not know. So I guess in D class, the Road America West and Road America Alt are both... no, not West Alt. Yeah, West Alt and West. So the shorter Road America tracks, your grip stuff is going to work good in, which I find, it's that dang Mini. Yeah. Looks like there's a mix of cars on there, but they'll work there. So they're suited just fine there. You could use them on this Road Atlanta here too, as well. it'll work fine on that one. You're going to want to use speed cars, more speed cars on the longer road, but short road Atlanta's fine. Silverstone, Sebrings are pretty much all more speed. Whoa, where'd I like freaked out on me? So that's going to be mostly speed. The Silverstone Grand Prix works okay with grip. You can actually get by with all three of these on there. A couple of these lend themselves a little bit better to speed cars, but definitely Grand Prix is a little bit more of a grip track. But in multiplayer, sometimes it's kind of nice to have cars a little faster on these tracks because they're wide, and you got room to pass. So, not Spa. Definitely Top Gear Full, Top Gear East, Top Gear West, not Loop, East Reverse, West Reverse, not Loop. The two loop tracks have that long straightaway, and they are really well suited for speed cars. All the OS tracks are well suited for grip cars, as well as the test track. So those three plus the one more I have coming, the two. Well, I guess we did three before, 2 minis and the Alfa Romeo GTA, and then I got the Golf here, and then we will also have the one more. So we have 4 solid grip cars that will work on all of those tracks in D class. So. And there's probably some I did back in the day too. I don't even remember, if I'll look those up. What I'm going to do at the end is I'll do a, kind of a review, D class in review, and say, okay, here's all the tracks, here's the cars we built for them, just to kind of sum it up so we can move on to C class. So I'm trying to quickly get this done, get on to C class, because I really want to work all the way up through S. I don't know that we'll go any higher than that, but I want to get up there, and I need to speed this along. So I won't show me lapping every single one of these. I might show some I'll mix in some multiplayer races with them. I think those are kind of fun to get in there. But anyway, let's hop over and take a look at our build and the tune. And let's get over here in the right place. There's our car. And league select is not what I want. And car. There we go. Upgrade. All over here. First thing, the only thing we have in here is aspiration conversion, and we have the centrifugal supercharger. So I use that whenever we can. In here, the only things we're going to have are the adjustable front bumper, the Forza arrow on both the front, that's the rear bumper, there you go, and the rear wing. So 2 pretty common parts, right? Forza front bumper, Forza rear wing, nothing here. I kind of wish you could put body kits on that didn't affect PI, that were just more aesthetics. I think that'd be kind of cool, just to be able to customize your car a little bit more, but not the way it works. Onto the tire compound. So tire compound, as you can see, I pretty much tried them all with the exception of the drag tires. I'm not a fan of trying to make drag tires work and grip, and I just don't like doing that. Anyway, but I ended up on street. So I started with full grip because this is a grip build, and this is typically what you would do. And you could probably make this build work. I just found it to be too slow, and since I'm primarily going to be running this in multiplayer, more so than in rivals, I really wanted it to be faster, and I could have done with this. I found this to be the sweet spot in that street tire compound. Fast enough, still able to turn and grip really well. So I liked where I ended up on that. So street tire compound, I did go full width to kind of compensate for that. So full width in the front with the 245s, and full in the rear, also 245s. Our wheels are going to be, what are we at here? Wheels, I mean, the first group, probably about 2/3 of the way through or so. Oh, and it's almost at the end, actually. So almost all the way at the end, we have the Tenzo R DC6V1. So that's the wheels that we're using. Next up, we've got our rim size. So we've got 17-inch wheels front and rear. Could have went to here. I just didn't like the way it looked, to be honest with you. So you could make them bigger if you want, if that's your preference. I don't notice a whole lot of difference in the way it drives between those two, so I left it like it was. Transmission, this is a good one. Sport transmission, and you get in my opinion, a better transmission, and your PI goes down. Thank you, Forza build gods. It says the launch is 6.8. Yeah, I'm not buying it, right? And acceleration is really what I'm looking for anyway, not necessarily launch. So definitely this one worked out really well. So got that sport transmission in here. We do have, I believe, the street driveline, so it couldn't go any higher than that, but did get some free weight out of that. And our full race differential. Let's head over to the handling, and I won't go into every one, but we've got race brakes, race springs and dampers, race front and rear roll bars, pretty standard, pretty much have that on all of them. No, no cage here. Usually don't. And full race weight reduction. It's really important to get the weight out in a grip build. So full, hey, look, Gabriel 2's online. Interrupting my video. Move over to engine and going to have a street intake. So street intake, I'll have two parts on this. I have street intake, and the second one is the sport centrifugal supercharger. So that's all you could get on there. I want you to put the centrifugal supercharger on there. So that's all of our parts. Let's hop over. Oh, here, let me show you guys the horsepower and the numbers and stuff. 48506762553, and oh, that's not what I wanted to do. And 178 horsepower with 149 foot-pounds of torque, coming in just under 2,100 pounds. 59% of that to the front, 1.8 liters of displacement. And let's move on to our setup. So 28 on the tires. I really didn't even look at, I don't even think I checked telemetry on this. It felt fine. I don't know that I can tell that much difference in the tires, to be honest with you, when you're not really doing full simulation tire wear anyway. 4.5 on the gear ratio. I did adjust that and got it to there, and that felt pretty good. Gives some good acceleration. Alignment 3.5, that's pretty standard. It's kind of my starting point. 0.2 on the toe, front, and rear. Again, another starting point for at least a front wheel drive. And left the caster angle alone. The roll bars, did a little roll bar tuning here. I ended up at 1 and 40. Just to eliminate that understeer. I mean, front wheel drives understeer. Sometimes 1 and 40 works. Sometimes it's almost always, with the exception of a couple of cars, almost always in the front wheel drive going to be significantly lower in the front. This one just happens to work well at an extreme. So 1 and 40. 450.8 and 508.9, slightly oversteer tuned, as you'll see all the way throughout this build, or all the way throughout this tune. 9.9 and 10.7, 1.8 and 2.5 again. Slightly stiffer in the rear than in the front. I did throw full downforce that I could onto the front, and that again is just to help with our understeer. And ended up at 49% on the brake balance and 135%. That's a preference and depends on what the front, the brake force. I would do 49, but the pressure is obviously a personal preference and depends on if you use ABS or not. And then finally on the differential acceleration, 65 and 10 is where I ended up. So that is our build and tune. Like I said, I'm going to try to quickly get through the rest of Class D so that we can move up. So we expect to see some more stuff coming. Anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.